The wind howled like a pack of wolves outside, rattling the windows of Sam Walker's old farmhouse. Snow came down in thick, relentless sheets, burying the fields he could no longer afford to plant and fencing in a life already heavy with hardship. Sam, a broad-shouldered man in his late 50s, sat at the kitchen table nursing a cup of black coffee, the kind that tasted like burnt wood but kept you upright. The farm had been in his family for 3 generations, but now the barns sagged like tired old men, and the fields were choked with ice and debt. The last letter from the bank sat unopened on the counter. Sam knew what it said. Then came the knock. It was faint at first, barely heard over the storm, but it was there, a desperate, frantic pounding against the wooden door. Sam grabbed his coat and lantern, opening the door to find a boy no older than 10, his cheeks raw and red, his face streaked with melting snow. "Please, sir," the boy gasped. "Our bus, it's stuck. We can't get out." Sam didn't hesitate. He grabbed his keys, heavy winter coat, and the old tow chain from the barn. His pickup, a battered old Ford that coughed like a chain smoker in the cold, roared to life. Through blinding snow and roads turned to rivers of white, Sam followed the boy's trembling finger toward the county road. The sight stopped his heart. A yellow school bus, half buried in a snowdrift, leaned precariously by the roadside. Inside, through fogged-up windows, small faces stared out, frightened, cold, and waiting. Sam didn't ask questions. He hooked the chain to the front bumper and dug his boots into the snow, barking orders like a drill sergeant. "Everybody stay calm. We're getting you out of here." The driver, a young woman with tear-streaked cheeks, whispered a trembling thank you as Sam set to work. The truck strained against the snow-packed road, tires spinning and catching. After 3 agonizing tries, the bus lurched free, wobbling like a drunkard but moving. "Head for my barn," Sam shouted, pointing through the whiteout. "It's not far." One by one, Sam carried the smallest children into the barn, laying them down on old hay bales, wrapping them in whatever blankets and coats he could find. He fired up the ancient wood stove and boiled water for cocoa. In the dim light, the barn turned into a sanctuary, flickering shadows and rising warmth. They spent the night there, 31 children, 1 terrified driver, and a farmer who had nothing left but a roof, a fire, and a heart big enough for them all. The storm broke by morning. Parents arrived in pickups and snowmobiles, weeping with relief, thanking Sam with words too small for the moment. The driver, Emily, hugged him tight. "You saved them," she whispered. Sam just shrugged. Seemed the thing to do. Days later, the morning sky filled with sound. Sam stepped onto his porch, coffee in hand, to see 3 fighter jets streak overhead, cutting through the blue in tight formation. They banked gracefully, one dipping a wing in salute. Sam blinked, confused, until a county sheriff's cruiser pulled up the driveway. Sam Walker, the deputy, grinned, stepping out. "You're a hard man to thank." Turned out, one of the kids on that bus was the niece of a high-ranking Air Force officer. Word had gotten around. The town, the state, even Washington. A fund was started to save Sam's farm. Letters poured in. A local reporter's story had gone national.